By the way, Three Musketeers, one of the sadder candy bars.
I
you
love
can
Three
get,
Musketeers.
right?
We've had this debate on the
Yeah,
show.
best. I think
Snickers way better.
No, Snickers is
the nuts get stuck in my teeth.
Listen,
And Milky Way. Do you want to say
oh
that?
my God! The
on
only
air?
thing worse than Snickers is Milky Way.
Did you just miss what Rich said?
What?
You were upset with what I said
You
about
said
the
something about
basement?
sticky fingers.
No, we did not.
Oh,
No, you missed it.
No,
what did you say?
You have to listen to the show.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's assuming this even makes it into the show.
Hey, welcome back to Even More Mashed Up. It's a podcast where two professors talk about all things pop culture. Very alliterative. My name's Alan.
And I'm Patrick, and today is the return of an old favorite on the show.
Beep, beep. Honk, honk.
It's just so sad.
I'm sorry. I stepped over your line.
No, it's fine.
Go ahead.
If you couldn't tell from that sad facsimile of the actual noises, it's another installment of Trailer Park, where we talk about, the various trailers of movies soon to come out.
But you didn't do your truck noise.
No.
Now you're going to pout? You're not going to
not
pout because I made a truck
pouting.
noise.
I'm just
going to
spring it on you. As a surprise.
Is that how it goes?
It's been so long. I honestly
Yeah.
know. It's like, what is it like?
You should
Oh,
have
no,
listened.
here it is. It's
That's right.
That's
three
what it is.
three noises.
It's
none
three
of which
noi-
you
well,
can
'cause
tell
it's
which is actually the horn.
It's driving, braking, and then the horn.
Yeah, but
Honk, honk.
to the person listening, they're all the horn or
they're not.
driving or braking.
No.
Except that you did add a honk to the last
Honk,
one there, which
honk.
kind of gives it away.
Drive, brake, honk, honk.
It's the new dance craze.
Is that better?
No, it's terrible.
Honk, honk, brake, drive.
So,
Wait,
so
you pull the horn, slam on the brakes, and hit the gas.
yeah,
Pretty much.
yep. What do you call Saturday night?
But before we get into Trailer Park, I
Yes.
have a fun fact.
Fun fact, like a bite-sized candy bar.
That's right. So, I'm wondering if you're excited about this. I don't know if you've heard this news or not.
I don't know until you say.
So apparently the director of Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings
I do
and
not know this. I can tell
Disney
you
Plus are teaming up again to do American-born Chinese.
I don't know what to say about that because it is a great and very teachable text.
It is. It's one of our favorite texts.
I wonder how it works. It could, if it's good, if it's like Good Omens,
Yeah.
it will be great. I just hope they don't get it wrong.
Yeah, I'm curious. Well, number one, I'm assuming it's going to be live action, which is kind of weird.
Is it going to be?
I don't know. I looked at the articles I looked at.
the
None
what
of them
if-
said.
What if is animated, so it's not like animation?
I mean, I think it could be, but
But it's a live action director that they've hired.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing.
it.
Yeah, I don't think he's a guy that's
I
working
mean, it could
animation.
be a ton of CGI as well.
So
Yeah, that's true.
I'm also wondering if it works as well as a show as it did on. There might be elements of the plot line. Plus, there's a certain character I'm not sure how you do him on TV.
he would be very difficult
Yeah,
if you're talking about Chin.
I am.
Yeah,
Yeah.
would be very, very,
Yeah, so
very difficult to do. And some stories are better told as graphic novels.
Yeah, that's what I wonder
Translation
is-
to the screen
is-
is not always.
yeah, if this is one that might
An
work better
improvement.
as a graphic novel. So, anywho, just I throw it out there as
little fun fact.
in the spirit of Trailer Park and looking at things that are coming.
Kind of setting up the trailer park. For those who missed the meaning of trailer park, did you say, or did you just make noises?
It's where we talk about trailers for upcoming movies. I literally said that.
Did he say that?
He did.
Okay, all right.
Why are you checking with Rich as if
Yeah,
Because I wasn't
We
listening.
got rid
I
of
was
the Rich
clearly
rule,
making
remember?
better truck noises.
you were not making better truck noises?
So I have a fun fact for you.
I don't think you
although
do.
it's not a fact.
Yeah.
It's an
And it's
innovation.
not fun.
It's not fun.
I thought today what we could do
Oh, God.
is start working with what I call the anticipation meter. So as we talk through each trailer, you have to give me your anticipation score.
Have we done this before?
Yeah, we have done this before.
No, we
Yes,
have
we
not.
have. You have done this.
On
I
a
mean,
scale of 0,
I guess not officially.
You've done no.
to
He's
10.
done. He's literally done this before.
Well,
We've
it felt
done
new to
the
me.
anticipation meter
well, you didn't. Well, never mind.
in
then.
terms of like how excited are you
I mean,
for this particular?
now,
especially for
it's
the
like
DC
odds.
movies.
yeah, we've done this.
Because
we've
I've
done
had
this
so much
possibly
fun
multiple
saying like how
times.
it's
bad
like
they're going to be
odds.
and being
We've
right
never
every
done
time.
it for Trailer Park before.
I'm pretty sure
We
we've
have.
done it for Trailer
You
Park.
find evidence and present it to me. Otherwise, I don't believe. Yeah, right. So
so
I win.
much work.
I win. So nobody is. Yeah. Thank you very much. It's a new innovation,
It's not.
and we're calling it the anticipation meter.
Why don't you call it the excitometer?
I was trying to think about like anticipometer, but it didn't work.
Yeah, that doesn't work.
Yeah. So
I like
but
excitometer.
here's the twist. You have to guess what my anticipation score is.
Oh, jeez.
Before we start, and I have them written in my notes, so I cannot lie.
Except we can't see your notes.
I will show.
Also, you can always lie.
No, I will show Rich my notes when I'm done.
I thought that was a show
After
from 6
we've
feet
recorded
away.
the show.
Well, Rich can walk over here whenever he likes and
for
look at the
God's
score.
sake.
So
Again, much like the fact checking before, not going to happen.
yes, I feel as if the movie we should start with is the one that we have been talking about forever, almost eternally.
I didn't think we were starting with that one.
The Spider-Man trailer?
I thought we were starting with, the other one.
The other one?
Oh, Spider-Man: No Way Home.
No.
Stranger Things season 4.
No.
The Batman.
No.
The
Dune.
Batman.
Dude.
Matrix.
No.
Wait, I have more back here.
Wait, what does it do?
Do you not remember the
Ghostbusters?
phone conversation where you're like, oh, you know what we should do is we should talk about Venom. And I'm like, Venom came out last week. And you're like, oh, we should start the show with that. And we can do a whole thing where I don't realize that it's not out
I didn't
yet.
do any research on it because you told me it was already in the theaters. I thought it was just a trailer.
I didn't know it
it's-
came out yet, though.
It came out last week.
Wow.
It has
Me and
the
Rich are in
Becky
the
and
same
Lucas
boat.
Steinberger seal of approval.
Really?
Really?
Yes, they both enjoyed it.
I think it's got that schlocky kind of.
That's kind of, I mean,
doesn't take
Based
itself
on,
too seriously.
is it better or worse than the previous one?
I have not seen it yet.
But I mean,
The reviews have it slightly better, the reviews have it. Last I read an article, the reviews had it doing twice as well as the original, but the original was only like at 30%. So
Wait, so you sound as if you will go see it.
I don't know. I didn't see the first Venom until it was like $2.99 on Amazon Prime,
Got it.
and I felt like that was a reasonable price
Because
for
if
it.
you're going to see it, then you should be seeing Dear Evan Hansen, so we could talk about that.
Why, if I'm going to see Venom, would I go see Dear Evan Hansen?
Because it's money better spent.
I'm not sure it is. The
I've
reviews on
heard
Dear
Dear
Evan
Hansen is
have
not
been
doing
good.
that well in theaters.
You know, Rich, if you equate just making money with quality, then you can just toddle off in life and think that that's a true thing, but it's not. Toddle.
You lost me at Toddle.
Yeah. So I don't know. Like I'm
Yeah.
The only reason I'm at all thinking about going to see Venom is apparently there's a mid-credit scene that's a big deal.
How about you do this? You go to see Venom, and then you just sneak into a Dear Evan Hansen.
Oh, that's not cool. Plus, I don't have time to see two movies.
Okay, then it's got to be Dear Evan Hansen.
I don't think it
we
does.
could talk about it.
I don't think you're the boss of me.
That's right. I forgot. You're the boss of me on this show.
I'm the boss of myself.
Please. All right. Eternals. What do you think my anticipation score is?
Oh, this is a tough one. Is it a 0 or a 0?
I'm going to go with the 1.
You both think it's that low?
I think it's very low.
Interesting. Okay. Here are my first thoughts in my notes. I feel like we've been talking about Eternals for a long time.
Well, that's because it's been delayed, like everything has.
Right. I just feel like I've seen the same trailers over and over.
There've only been 2.
But I've seen them over, and I feel like there's the danger of trailer fatigue.
Yeah.
Trademark trailer fatigue. I'm tired of Eternals already. Not that it would push it to a 0 though.
Oh, so what is it, like a 2?
Well, I'm not going to tell you till we're done.
Oh.
That way the anticipation builds.
So was there anything in the
score.
trailer, though, that makes
I
you
did.
wanna?
I liked the second trailer better than the first.
I don't disagree with that, but there's so much packed into it.
Here's something. Speaking of, here's something
Yeah.
that's going to make you're really excited.
And I kind of doubt it.
Do you want to guess where it falls in terms of runtime among the MCU movies?
Oh man, if it's like 89 minutes, I'm really happy. So is it short? It's really long? No.
Are we talking like Lord of the Rings, like director's
So
cut long?
it's not more than 2 hours. 2.5? There's no way it's 2.5 hours.
2 hours and 36 minutes. The only thing longer is Endgame.
Somebody at Marvel has made a terrible
Apparently,
calculation.
apparently, it's because there are 2 storylines in the film. One set in the past, one set in the present. That it bounces back and forth.
And God forbid
between.
we just have 2 movies.
Well, I've never seen a movie.
And
bounce
then it's
back and
also
forth
got to
between the
introduce
past
a
and be
whole
done in
bunch of
90
new
minutes.
characters. That's the rationale from
Well,
Marvel.
so here's
So
my
yeah, it's 2 hours and 36 minutes is the current runtime.
here's my complaint with that, and I think it's a legitimate one. When I watch the trailer makes me feel like someone who doesn't know anything about comic books. There is so much packed in there.
There's
so
well
many
the new
characters.
the
There's so
new
much
trailer.
more.
The second trailer is a lot of exposition because we get the explanation of the emergence, then we get the explanation of who the Eternals are, then we get the explanation of why they didn't get involved before. It's like it's okay. There's a lot. It's a very exposition-y trailer. That's all in the first part of the trailer. So there is a lot There's a lot. Like, this film has a lot of work to do.
I feel like 2.5 hours is a long time to ask people to sit for a movie full of characters they don't know much about.
Yeah, it's going to be...
I mean, you better really fall in love with those
Well,
characters.
I mean, it's not just... Like, I could handle 2.5 hours, say, of Guardians 1. But
Was it 2.5 hours?
No, it wasn't. But I'm saying, like,
Okay,
that kind of... Like, a film with that kind of pacing.
Yeah.
The pacing of this film seems like it's going to be... It's going to feel... like I fear it's going to feel like a 2.5 hour film.
It's going to feel like you've sat through an epic.
Yeah, like that's my concern.
I mean,
is that
236 is long for you anyway.
It's long. I mean, it's longer than Infinity War. Like it's
I mean,
the only thing longer is Endgame.
Will you get through it?
That's the test of whether a movie is good or not.
Yeah.
If I can get through it.
Ooh, we should start the bladder score.
Without. I mean, again. I mean, not always, because I did make it all the way through
trips?
Blade Runner 2049.
Oh my God, that movie was not very good.
It was so disappointing.
But yeah, so I did make it through that. Though it was close.
Is that the one I paid the extra ticket to?
No, you and I went and saw that.
Okay, all right.
What was the movie?
I can't remember.
Because if I sunk extra money into Blade Runner,
was it Winter Soldier? I think it might have been Winter Soldier.
It was a good movie.
Or was it Civil War?
I don't think it was. Either one of those.
Rich, if you could go back and research the shows, because I'm pretty sure it's in. We mentioned it.
A lot of things that just are not going to happen.
Exactly.
So yeah, so
but is this a step too far? Like, that was literally the question in my notes. It's so sprawling, but it's not like Endgame, full of characters that we've gotten to know over a decade, over like a dozen movies. It's a bunch of nobodies.
Well, there's two ways this film can go.
Okay, let's count them.
It can go Guardians of the Galaxy.
Or two.
Inhumans.
Does it have a little whiff of Inhumans to it?
I fear it. I mean, the Eternals are basically... I mean, in terms of their profile in the Marvel Universe, they're not terribly different from the Inhumans.
They're so static, too. I don't like...
Yeah, I mean, I do like I do like Jolie's Thena, the little bit we see of her.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. What's his name? Brian Tyree Henry's Phastos.
He's getting a lot of...
I like him. Sprite seems good. Yeah. I'm a little bit concerned because my understanding is that Gemma Chan's Cersei is supposed to be the main character. She's pretty much silent, I think, in the trailer. And then you've got Dane Whitman kind of tacked on. Like there's a lot. There's a lot.
But don't you think they have to surprise us in some way? Because if this is a trailer that tells you everything that's in the movie,
for 2.5 hours, it's got to be a surprise
36 minutes.
Yeah, So I'll see. I do have fears of this. I mean, I do think it might do one thing for you that you'll appreciate.
End the superhero cycle?
No, it might not end with a massive CGI battle because I don't know that Chloe Zhao makes that kind of film.
Yeah.
So maybe it's one that is going to do something a little. My hope is it's going to do something different.
Well, it's clearly trying to with Phastos, right? The first openly gay character in the MCU and the first deaf character.
Yeah, with that's Makari, I think, is the deaf one, right?
And I don't know. Can I name the characters?
It's Makari.
I cannot name the
Makari was a supporting character in Quasar, but he wasn't deaf. And also he wasn't a woman as he is in the film.
Can I say that none of those words help to firm up my understanding of Makari?
Quasar. I loved Quasar. That was a good series.
I'm sure. Okay. That's a sentence that's never been said before.
I have letters published in Quasar.
I don't mean to diminish, but there couldn't have been a lot of competition.
As evidenced by the fact that I have multiple letters published in Quasar.
Are they like, did we get 3 letters this month?
I'm not sure I can argue with you
Thank
much
God
on that.
Thank God this Patrick guy keeps sending us
I wrote
letters.
multiple letters to Avengers. One got published. I wrote multiple letters to Quasar. Multiple got published. You do the math.
Oh, my God. They loved you. Like somewhere in Oregon, there's an 8-year-old that just loves the shit we're putting together.
I appreciate that you think I was 8.
No, 16?
And not 15, 16, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, all the letters got published around 15, 16.
Okay. You were prolific at that age.
I was. I had a lot of spare time. Which is not sad at all.
So this is clearly the diversity movie, though, right?
Yeah, oh yeah, this is one where they're...
I just wondered, it reminded me of a little bit of a chapter I once read in a book called All New, All Different. It was titled Something for Everyone.
Yeah.
And I just feel like this movie feels a little like something for everyone to me.
Yeah, I mean, again,
I'm all for diversity in film, but when it's really forced and so telegraphed, sometimes it doesn't work so well.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, you're right. I mean, it could also go New Guardians route.
Yes. You mean with the racist portrayal of Mantis?
Or just with the... would you like to rephrase that sentence?
The racist portrayal of Mantis?
In New Guardians.
Oh, whoops. I thought you were talking. Never mind. Yes. Please continue.
Yes, that rare crossover of Mantis from the Marvel universe.
They're both Guardians.
And
there was, frankly, anti-Asian racism in both. So, am I that far off? Probably not.
So, basically what you're saying is the Asian characters are interchangeable.
In your mind, apparently. You're the one making the argument.
You're the one that just said Mantis is in New Guardians and then said, they're both...
said Guardians.
So those Eternals.
Anyway, yes.
So I mean, again, it's got a lot to do.
And how is it going to fit with the Marvel universe? I don't know.
Well, because it's introducing a whole new mythology into it. So,
but you were both wrong on my anticipation score because we got to get moving. We just wasted 15 minutes on that.
What phase is the Eternals in?
4.
Anticipation score? 6.
Really?
Yeah, it's average.
That's surprisingly high.
Like 5 would be 5 would be perfectly average.
5 is an F.
No, you misunderstand
average would be
the score.
A 7.
No, that's not the anticipation meter.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Can you
different.
explain something to me?
Yes.
How is the anticipation meter not numbers?
It might be numbers. I didn't say it wasn't numbers.
So numbers are fine when you do them, but when I do numbers, them, oh God, it's numbers again.
You said the number 6, and then you said it might be numbers.
I do numbers well. Let's do letters.
Oh,
from
are you saying
A
I
through
don't
Z,
do numbers
then.
well?
That
seems to be the implication.
Right,
I do numbers well.
Spider-Man, No Way Home. What is my anticipation score? You're both.
I'm gonna go. Well, so 6 is. You said 5 is dead average.
Like 5 is dead average. It's right
7.
in the middle.
I'll do 7.
A 7? Anticipation score for Spider-Man.
Boy, that's hard. Because I was going to say 7.
This game has never been played before.
I mean, you could also say 7.
Can I also say 7? Then I will also say 7.
You have gotten rid of the veto rule that I can no longer do these things.
I'll say 7.
I
feel like again, you've got a fair amount of MCU fatigue.
I felt a little bad about the stinger that ended up preceding the episode we just posted because I was a little bit down on What If.
Yeah, a little bit.
You
called it steaming garbage.
To be fair,
it was a steaming pile
but it was more in reference to that specific episode.
Yeah, but it applies to much of the. But anyway, we'll talk about that.
You feel so bad, you just confirmed.
I do have. I definitely have Marvel fatigue.
You have Marvel fatigue,
and I love the stuff they've made. I just have a little fatigue. But I mean,
it's understandable. There's a lot of Marvel out there.
Yeah. So you're both saying 7.
Yeah, I was going to go 7 or 8. I'll go 7.
7 seems like a good number to me because you guys know that I do love Tom Holland.
You do, yeah.
I mean, he's so adorable.
Yep.
Like in real life, he's just an adorable little dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So with this one, do we think? Because I've seen people say that this is almost like the comic with Mephisto, where Spider-Man trades his love with Mary Jane.
Oh yeah, again. No. This isn't One More Day. This is.
But we don't think there's going to be any references.
This is One Day More.
Huh?
Thank you. Les Mis reference.
Yeah.
But spoiler alert: more Les Mis coming later in the show.
Oh Jesus!
No, it's coming.
But we don't think there's going to be any references to the One Day.
Well, no, because it's a reference. I can't remember the name, but it's a reference to another storyline where he actually did ask Doctor Strange to erase his memory.
And appeal to people like,
I think it's called Endorku.
No.
So the whole Doctor Strange thing really puts me off on this, though. As much as I love Tom Holland, the idea that Doctor Strange lectures Peter about changing the past and then goes ahead and does it while he's wearing sweatpants and I get it's supposed to be funny.
It's also I appreciate that they gave people a really easy Doctor Strange costume for this year. For Halloween. Well, I'm like, I could pull that off. It's a sweatshirt, a puffy jacket, and
maybe is that what you're going to do then?
No.
Okay. So maybe it will work better in the film, but to me, this has flash travels in time, Baby Barry bad written.
Oh yeah, it's very multiversal, time travel-y.
But if Doctor Strange could do this all the time, why doesn't he do it all the time?
Well, because as Wong explains, he shouldn't.
But he's doing it.
And
so
in What If it shows that he could destroy the universe?
Why wouldn't he do it to bring Black Widow back? Why wouldn't he do it to
Well, because keep in mind, he's not reversing. He's just changing people's memories. He's not actually making things unhappen.
But that's how changes everything.
Yeah, how big of a
so
jump
you think
is
it's
that?
okay to do that to people?
I'm not saying it's okay.
What's your position on waterboarding?
I'm just saying there's a difference.
Wow, that was a jump.
There's a difference between
having somebody erase your memories without your consent. You feel is not.
I'm not saying it's a good thing.
Torture?
I'm just saying it's not the same thing as reversing time.
But he can't do that. He's looped time.
It's the same thing.
But he doesn't have the time
stone
stone
Like
anymore.
it's superheroes acting in a really unsuperhero-y way.
Well, yeah, but Doctor Strange has always been in the MCU a superhero in a very unsuperhero-y way.
All right, I have a game for you on this one because it's garbage and we should move on. With the multiverse,
I guess I'm not going to talk about the trailer at all. It's just
no, we can't. I'm
show.
sorry.
No, it's fine.
But with the multiverse opening up, what's your guess for the most surprising addition? What's going to show up in the movie that nobody knows is coming? The Patrick Hamilton prediction.
Now, this is my fear of what's going to show up. Is that we're going to get the Green Goblin from the Garfield era?
Isn't that? I thought that was already implied.
No, isn't the Green Goblin from the first era?
I don't know. All we see is the pumpkin bomb.
Well, okay, so I think saying that there's going to be a Green Goblin is not going to surprise people.
Yeah, but I don't want the bad Green Goblin. I want the good Green Goblin.
Oh, you want
So your surprise is that it's going to be the bad Green Goblin.
Yeah, that's
who's the other
really.
Actor?
You don't think there's any Easter egg that they might just like plop in the back of a multiverse?
I mean, they've
like
already
a quasar, for instance.
No, they've already said. Obviously, Dr. Octopus is in the trailer,
but we know what's in it.
They said we're getting a Green Goblin. They're apparently getting Sandman. We're apparently getting Blue Electro.
That's all good. I want you.
No,
to
Blue
tell
Electro
me
sucks too.
What we don't know that we're getting.
Maybe we're gonna get. Oh, you know what? Maybe we're gonna get multiple Mary Janes. We'll get Kirsten Dunst.
What about Black Cat? Is Black Cat in this movie?
I don't know. She was only gestured to in the Andrew Garfield one because there's a character named Felicia.
Yeah.
So
I want to know what's going to surprise people.
I don't know. I mean, I think, the
Miles
point of this one, I don't think well, I guess it would surprise people if all three Spider-Men are in it.
Would it?
Well, Garfield's denied it, so.
Wasn't he in the trailer?
No.
I thought it was
only Tom Holland is in the trailer.
Are you sure about that?
Yes.
Confident.
I thought there was a leak
100%?
about Garfield being in it, though.
I'm sure you're right.
There was a leak, and he's denied it.
Well, of course he has, because he's got a non-disclosure agreement.
Yeah, he can.
I don't know. Like, I thought.
Yeah, they've had none of the Mary Janes. They've had none of the.
But
here would be a good surprise if they brought in anyone from Into the Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
If they brought in Miles or Spider-Ham or any of those. That would be a surprise.
That's what I'm looking for.
Yeah, Spider-Gwen.
Because Tom Holland, they've announced is done with, unfortunately, the Marvel ones already, so it's like, Miles would be a great time to come in.
But is there a villain? I thought this would be your chance to kind of show off and flex a little bit.
The theory is that there's going to be some of the Netflix people in this one.
But you're just relying on theories. I want to know what you think. Clear your mind of everything you've read. I want you to Hamilton divine something that nobody knows is coming. I bet if you meditate for just 10 seconds.
I should bring in White Tiger.
That's what I'm looking for.
That smile on your face.
White Tiger be great?
They should bring in White Tiger.
Thank you.
Or Iceman and Firestar.
See, that's all I wanted.
Is that what you want?
Was that so hard? I didn't want to know what other people think. I want to know what you thought. And by the way, to bring in the Saturday morning
cartoon
team,
that's what I'm saying. They totally should.
Would be
In fact, I'm going to say it. If they don't, I'm going to be disappointed because
I will be now.
It is such a no-brainer if there's any kind of like multiple multiversal thing.
Yes,
like Marvel, know your audience. You got a lot of people my age that would like to see Firestar and Iceman, even if it's just a quick. Even, you know what? If I don't get to see Iceman, if I get to see an ice slide,
and
maybe like some flames flying by,
I'll
probably be content with that.
That's even an Easter egg that I could live with.
Like, do something with that.
Yeah.
Like that.
You set the bar really high.
You know what else
if
they
they're
should
not
do?
There, the movie is a failure.
They should bring in Nick Hammond, the 70s Spider-Man. Yeah. That's what they should do. That would be good, too.
No, the Sesame Street Spider-Man.
Oh, that'd be good. No, it was Electric Company.
Electric Company. Yeah, the Electric Company. That's the only reason I watched the Electric Company.
That's the only reason I watched Electric
God,
Company.
I love that. Spider-Man would show up. He never said anything.
Yep.
Right, anything else on Spider-Man?
No, I thought it was a really good trailer.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
I do find it, again, kind of back to Doctor Strange, I am a little bit worried about, because we complained about the first Spider-Man film that it was a very Tony Stark heavy film.
Yeah.
And basically we replaced him with Doctor Strange, who's basically Tony Stark with magic. You know, that I do fear, is this another film where it's going to kind of take away from the Spider-Man-eriness of it?
Yes. Everybody wants their Spider-Man-eriness.
The Spider-Man films have been, like, the story hasn't really been generated by Spider-Man.
Not Spider-Man.
He's kind of dealing with other people's messes, and it kind of feels like it might be that way again.
Yep.
I will say Dr. Octopus showing up at the end of the trailer was awesome.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then also in the trailer when Steven is scolding Peter for messing with the fabric of time, I'm like, no, dude, that's what you did.
Right.
You could have just said no to Peter.
But wait, you just told me 5 minutes ago that it wasn't the fabric of time. It was just memories.
Well, he didn't reverse events.
But he did play with the
he
fabric
made people
of time.
forget them.
Even though he can't because of a time
zone.
It
doesn't feel like a fabric of time issue to me, sir.
It's like a poly blend. You only mess with the first part of the blend.
If you had a PhD
I do have
in fabric of time.
I'm pretty sure I do at this point.
Okay, if you did,
it's like a piece of paper.
I have a time
you would not be an expert at erasing memories.
Time is like a coffee mug. All he did was take the handle off. The mug is still usable.
But that's still time, not memory.
It's memory. Memory time.
You're talking
time
fabric.
memory.
No, those are two different PhDs. My anticipation score, because you guys want to know?
Yeah.
An 8.
Okay. Damn it.
You're close. You could have had it. But next up is the one you've really been wanting to talk about.
Batman?
Hawkeye on Disney+.
Yes.
Anybody want to guess my anticipation score for Hawkeye?
They're negative.
Well,
wait,
question. Is this your actual anticipation
It is
score?
my actual
or your score to piss me off?
No.
Oh, are they any different?
Man, fair point.
Man does not toy with the anticipation
See, here's the
meter.
problem.
It is a scientific thing.
Here's what I'm going to say.
Yeah.
I'm going to go 5.
Okay.
Because you're not excited for Clint, but you are excited for Haley Steinfeld's Kate.
Now you're starting.
Those two sort of balance each other out.
Now you're starting to play the game.
I think you end up with like a 5.
What do you think, Rich?
I'm still going to go low, 2.
Okay.
Because Clint's still in it.
Number 1, what makes it better than a 2 right away is Rogers the Musical.
Yes.
I would pay money to go to Broadway tonight to watch Rogers the Musical.
Well, I'm pretty sure you
100%.
You pay money once, and then you do a raffle to see it 2 other times.
I would go see it 3 times.
Yeah.
So,
Rogers the Musical needs to happen.
yes. So
if
here's
Marvel
my point.
is smart.
Yeah.
On the DVD extras, they should have Rogers the Musical.
If they were smart, they'd be making one to put in the Richard Rogers Theater right now.
Yes.
So, I was thinking, we never got around to writing Les Miserables Apes.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
But maybe we could do it. We could write the Rogers the Musical.
Oh, see, I've already anticipated you on this.
Yes.
Because Rebecca Kivak, that we've had on the show a couple times.
Yes. Friend of the
she
show.
and I went back and forth on Instagram with basically, here are the songs that would be on this soundtrack.
Well, I've got one for you. But because I modeled it after Les Miserables Apes, it's Castle on a Cloud.
Okay.
All right? What do you think? I'll try to do my best young cassette voice.
Oh, you're going to sing?
Okay. It goes like this.
Gotcha.
There is a hero on the ice. Mm-hmm. Leaving him behind.
He's in the ice.
Wasn't so nice.
Oh.
Because they just leave him.
It's good because it rhymes.
That's terrible.
No? You don't like it?
No. All right, so here are some of the song titles we came up with.
Oh, here's the good ones.
Yeah. Enough with your stuff.
Yeah.
Avengers Assemble.
Eh.
I understood that reference. Should totally be a song. I Don't Like Bullies.
Yeah.
America's Ass.
Yeah, okay, I kind of like that.
They have to include Star Spangled Man with a Plan. And they better include When Captain America Throws His Mighty Shield from the 60s cartoon.
That wouldn't be bad.
And then Rebecca came up with The Right Partner, which I thought was nice.
Yeah.
Sounds show-tuny.
And You Owe Me a Dance.
I want something that's more modeled on, Les Miserables Apes. Empty swings and empty
Well,
cages.
but that's the thing. I don't know that the Rogers musical would be based off of.
What musical would you base it off of?
Hamilton.
Heathers.
No, I don't know. But Hamilton, I mean, I want to be in the ice when it happens.
But you don't want to be in the ice when it happens.
I'm riffing on things here.
Yeah. Yorktown, the Battle of Sokovia. Yeah, I don't know. All right,
You'll be froze.
All your songs are going to be in like the first 10 minutes.
Captain America being frozen.
Just the section where he's frozen. The rest of it.
Pretty much.
And then you know what you say on this podcast? That's not a musical. A musical has to have music from front to end. You know what I'm quoting, right?
I don't think I
You
am.
on La La Land.
Oh yeah, well that's a movie with music in it. It's not really a musical.
Well, you're writing a musical without music in most of it.
No, I'm just writing.
Sounds like a play with music.
No, it's just going to be a
sorry.
5-hour musical because it's going to be really experimental and it's going to be like Spider-Man: Turn Off the Dark.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if that was experimental.
Yeah, no, it was just
All
terrible.
right, so we both agree Rogers the Musical is
very excited for that.
Must see Broadway.
Yeah, that is like I really hope that's a big part of the first episode.
So are we supposed to feel bad that time has caught up with Clint?
How do you mean?
Well, that's what he says in the trailer. It's like time, like my past has caught up with me. Are we supposed to feel bad for him?
Well, I think I don't know if we feel bad for him so much as
some of us do.
They are the consequence. It is the consequences of action. I will say it does a nice job of getting the tracksuit Draculas from the comics involved. In a way,
Which was really what it needed to do.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they're basing it.
Yeah, if there's no tracksuit Dracula.
Well, but they're basing it on the Fraction.
thank
run.
you,
They're
sir.
basing it largely on the Fraction run, but to do it in the comics, like he has to buy the building, and there's a whole backstory. So I do like the use of Ronin to kind of smush all of that down and kind of establish that he's already got this conflict in place.
Yeah, this bad guy. Do we feel bad the past has caught up with him? We should ask Quicksilver. Oh yeah.
Oh, Black Widow.
We can't. Yeah. I wonder what they would say.
I mean, it wasn't.
They wouldn't say anything because they did.
Yeah.
Bingo. Largely at Clint's hands.
I'll just remind you that Black Widow killed or massively injured a innocent little girl.
I'm sure Clint has done that.
No.
A guy
Several
doesn't work
times.
Black Ops like that and not.
No. He's never done anything like that. Clint draws a line. He's got kids, for crying out loud.
Had kids, then they got snapped, so then he
But
went
they're back.
crazy.
They're back now.
That was before. That was
He
after
went
Ronin.
crazy because his good family left, and he was like, the bad people don't deserve to be in this world. If the
didn't
good
leave.
people
Well,
can't be in it.
as long as he's got
He's got a
some
moral
kind of
barometer.
dumb explanation for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. He can murder whoever he wants.
I'll tell you one thing that makes me really excited about this is it's a Christmas show.
I'm very excited about that.
The juxtaposition of it's the most wonderful time of the year.
It's a great song.
And the violence, like
that
way in which it's juxtaposed in this trailer is just
so well done.
Whoever made that, made a really good piece.
It's
of film.
It's a
good.
really smart. It's a great trailer.
It's really good. And I don't know if you mentioned this or not, but I do love Haley Steinfeld. From True Grit.
She's a great actress.
Forward. She's just a great actress.
And she's perfect cast as Kate.
And if anybody can take the Hawkeye franchise and make it matter, it would be Haley Steinfeld.
Yeah, I will. It's interesting because the one concern I have is that Kate in the comic is depicted consistently as the better of the two.
Well, she's definitely better.
No, but I mean, she's better at everything they do.
Yeah.
And in this one, they seem to make her kind of a little bit more new and not really knowing what she's doing. So
Classic Hawkeye misogyny.
I'm a little bit concerned about that. But yeah, I
hates women, kills speedsters.
I hope they do the whole boomerang arrow joke because that would be cool.
Oh, we all do. Rich and I were talking about that before the show. Yeah. I mean, God, Rich, if there's no boomerang.
Well, they allude to it somewhat in the car chase scene.
About.
Well, so in the comic where they end up being in the car chase and they're going through the arrows.
Yeah.
So prior to that, Hawkeye is organizing his arrows, and she's asking, what's this one for? And he's like, oh, that's a net arrow.
Yeah.
And she's like, what's this one for? And he's like, oh, that's the boomerang arrow.
Yeah.
And she's like, what do you need? What's the point of that? And he's like, because boomerang. And then it ends up being useful at the end.
I swear to God, if I have to watch that,
I really want the boomerang arrow.
It will lower my anticipation score.
I really want the boomerang joke.
How does that even function?
That's the point. It doesn't.
How does any of it function?
Yeah, exactly.
How does the arrow know when to drop?
How does the
net,
boxing glove arrow work? None of these things actually work in reality.
Actually, the boxing glove arrow makes more sense than
Yeah.
anything else.
No.
One assumes it just deploys as soon as it's fired.
Except it doesn't. It's got a giant fat boxing glove on it most times when he fires it.
Yeah, so
Yeah, I suppose it doesn't work.
you just need a lot of bow tension.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I am,
And
of
hope.
course, very excited for Hawkeye.
I gotta say, I'm really looking forward to this.
Comes out the Wednesday before Thanksgiving.
From top to bottom, I think this looks excellent.
It does.
My anticipation score is a 9.
Wow.
Really?
I'm as much as I hate Hawkeye.
You don't hate Hawkeye.
You know how
you just gave Hawkeye a 9.
No.
You don't hate Hawkeye.
No, I gave the show a 9, hoping that Haley Steinfeld.
What's the show called again?
Young Hawkeye.
No, it's just called Hawkeye, and you just gave Hawkeye a 9. Therefore,
Which
you
is
gave
actually
Hawkeye
weird
a 9.
that it's called that because
look,
it seems to.
The anticipation score is the anticipation score. There's no denying it.
And anticipation has been wrong, as DC has shown.
Yes. Oh yeah.
Much before.
We can come back and visit these eventually.
I'm pretty much not. I have no anticipation when it comes to Disney movies.
All right. How about Stranger Things season 4 then?
Ooh, I have a theory about this.
Oh well, first you have to guess my anticipation score.
Well, but no, it depends. Because I want to go beyond that.
Okay, I was going to go low again.
Because I want to guess your reaction to the trailer.
Okay.
Because I have a feeling I know what your reaction to the trailer is.
I think I've said it to you before.
No. This is in much more detail.
Okay.
Because I have a feeling when the trailer first starts, and we've got the whole 1950s vibe.
Yes.
You're feeling a little bit excited because it looks like it's going to be something different from the rest of Stranger Things. And then we shift to the present, and the characters are walking around in the house.
Best we can tell.
And you're like, okay, so the characters are here, but it looks like they're going to be in a slightly different situation than usual, so I'm still okay with it. And then you get the stupid shot of the Upside Down, and you're like, damn it! It's the same show again.
Year 4, we're not changing ever.
I definitely had the damn it moment.
Yeah, I said
but I never had. I was never quite as optimistic as you think I was.
Okay.
Watching it. I did like the idea of throwing it back to the 50s and telling a different story.
Yep. See, I knew it. I knew it. Called it.
Well, is it a problem that I don't remember there being a season 3?
I was going to ask, what happened in season 3?
I think the more I took notes, I'm like, I think Billy died in season 3.
Billy,
the lifeguard. See, you're no better than
yes, he did.
Yeah, the brother of
the sheriff dude seemed to die too.
But he ended up in Russia.
We think we don't. Well, someone's in Russia.
Okay.
We don't know if it's.
They're not going to kill him.
Yeah, right. Who could it be?
They're not going to kill him.
So,
yeah. So, I think it's a real problem that I can't sort out anything about season 3.
Well, that was where the evil sort of came and yes, there was a pool.
The hot dog place, like the corn dog place. Isn't that where Steve?
Ice cream.
Ice cream. It was an ice cream place.
Yeah, it was the ice cream place.
Literally, I'm not play acting this. That is literally what I remember.
What are you talking about?
Wasn't there the corn dog was in Transformers with Haley Steinfeld?
Possibly.
She worked at a corn dog stand.
Okay.
Yeah.
You mean Bumblebee?
Well. What's a Transformers film?
It's called Bumblebee.
But it's part of the Transformers
universe. They clearly were trying to distance themselves from Transformers by calling it Bumblebee.
Well, they failed because they had Transformers in it.
And yet, it was a beautiful movie.
It was a good movie.
I watched the trailer. I swear I watched it. I still couldn't tell you anything that's happening in season 4. Now, it's a teaser and it's early, so maybe I'm not supposed to know.
The only thing I know...
I'm looking at that, I'm like,
when's it supposed to come out?
Sometime next year.
Yeah.
The only thing I know is that the kid that plays, what is it, Lucas?
Which one?
He's the black kid.
Okay, there's Lucas and
Dustin and Steve are the ones we see in the trailer.
And then there's the two I could never tell apart.
Yeah.
The brothers?
One never does anything, and one is like the romantic lead.
Yeah. I don't know if they're in the trailer. I only saw it. But
and
yeah,
what I will say...
I do not think they are. It's just Steve's crew.
Is the kid that has played Lucas has aged much more than he looks way older than the last time we saw him.
But there's no Nancy either then in this trailer. Isn't Nancy the name of her? The Steve's
girlfriend? I didn't see her in it. I think the other girl that started hanging out with them,
Billy's younger sister.
Yeah, I think she's in the trailer.
I believe she is. It's Dustin and Lucas and
her and Steve.
And what's the
actor's name is Finn. I can't remember what his character's name is.
The character that has the powers. I'm actually blanking.
There's a character that has powers.
Well, he's the one that gets stuck in the Upside Down in season 1, and can kind of sense it.
Wait, so that's not the one that later goes on to be in Ghostbusters that we're going to talk about.
No, that's not the one. That's Finn Wolfhard is that actor.
Those two are
that's the romantic lead.
Completely interchangeable to me.
They are kind of interchangeable.
I don't know their names. I don't know.
You know what? Let's just call them Frodo and Sam.
Yeah. Yes.
Basically Frodo and Sam.
Yeah. Absolutely. I still don't remember how the Upside Down works. I don't want you to explain the science of it to me, although...
So pretend this phone...
is a piece of paper, right? Isn't it that one?
When we
is
snap
reality,
it in half.
and then you flip it, and it's upside down.
I don't think that's it.
Yeah,
But,
pretty sure that's it.
yeah.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
not a lot to the Stranger Things 4. I was kind of like, oh, this looks different. I'm like, oh, nope, there's the upside down on the clock. Okay.
Oh, so what's the anticipation score then?
I'm going to go...
You've heard me talk about it a lot.
I'm going to go 4.
It is a 4.
Woohoo!
It is a 4.
That high?
Well, 4 is, below average.
Yeah, but it's
like,
season 4.
4 to me, 4 is like, I might watch it.
Yeah.
It's
Like a 0 would be,
essentially-
I'm not going to watch it.
It's essentially failed 4 times.
No, had they ended, I will always argue this. Had they just made one season,
Yeah.
Season 1 is good, but
Of
then they
Stranger
remade
Things,
season 1
it-
3 more times.
but it would have been even better, right? Like,
But
had
see,
they
that's
just-
why I figured he'd be
had they
excited,
just
because this looks like
stopped
it's
it.
not season 1 again.
But it is.
And then it socks you in
Yeah.
the gut with that upside down shot at
Yeah.
the end.
Yeah.
It's season 1 again.
Oh, of course it
It's
is.
season 1 every single time.
I'm
It'll
very,
be
I'm
when
very
it's
pleased
season
that
10.
I anticipated your
That's
reaction.
pretty good. How about the Batman? What's my anticipation score? The Batman.
2?
With the guy from the Vampire series.
Yeah. Pattinson.
Yes.
I'm going to go 2.
2.
I'll go 0.
See, 0 is he's not going to see
Yeah,
it.
okay,
and
so
he
0.5.
may see this.
Oh, 0.5.
I was like, I think he'll probably go see this.
I guess he'll see everything, so it
I
can't
think
be
you guys
0.
underestimate me because my first line of notes is, this is great. We
What?
have another dark, grim,
Oh, okay.
and gritty Batman.
Okay, that makes me
It's been a
feel...
while since we did that.
Yeah,
huh?
whoa, look, it's another gritty
Really
Batman
changing
origin
it up.
story.
It feels brand new.
Yeah, no, it doesn't.
Yeah, I mean, it really has, to me, a Zack Snyder vibe.
It kind of
The
does.
dark, the music, and the setting
Yeah.
all felt very
Yeah,
Snydery.
there's nothing in this trailer that I'm like, what? I'm not
Very
sure what this
Snydery.
adds, except Riddler apparently wears duct tape.
But you know what it does add? Riddler and the Joker gang and Catwoman. If they're going to make these
and
movies...
Penguin. There's a
Yeah,
Penguin.
and Penguin. If they're going to make these movies...
Villains we've never seen before.
Never seen them in
Yeah.
any kind of form.
And if they're
Yeah.
going to do them every 3 years, like, just, for God's sake, slow down a little bit.
Yeah,
Like, there's just... If there's too much stuffed into Eternals that I don't know,
yeah.
there's way too much stuffed into this movie that I do know.
Yeah, I just like I watched this trailer and I'm like, I don't know, like there's I don't see anything different, particularly from the Nolan kind of verse.
The deeper I got into watching the trailer, the angrier I got. And I mean real, visceral
Because
Yeah.
it almost feels like they're wasting
anger.
your time.
Yeah, like, can't pop culture do any better for us? Like, is this literally what they're going to shove down our throats? Are we such dull sheep that we just wander into the Cineplex and watch whatever they tell us to do? I know the Ben Affleck Batman was terrible. I know that they need to get past it. I get it, but
Except they're bringing him back in the Flash movie, so we're not getting past
but
that either.
do they? And does it fit with the Wonder Woman? Like, how does the new Batman fit with Wonder Woman? And do I care even after Wonder Woman 84, which was such
Yeah,
a
like-
drop in quality
At this point,
from
who
the
like,
first
nothing,
one?
Well, I think
Look.
and I think what DC seems to be trying to do is just embracing the multiverse in a different way than Marvel, in that they're like, oh, we can just do multiple versions of our characters, and they all exist in the multiverse.
Yeah.
It's a shame all the characters are the same and bad.
Right.
Yeah, I mean,
then
that's-
make,
yeah, I mean, that-
Unfortunately,
then make a different
the new
Batman.
ideas
Yeah.
are all the
Or
same.
If they're all the same.
don't make Batman, make Nightwing.
Well, I know that's
Anybody
what you
else.
think.
Honestly, make anyone but Batman.
But
I think
the
they're
more-
doing a Batgirl.
The more I took notes on this trailer, just like the angrier I got.
Yeah,
It's just
it very much feels like a retread of
Yeah.
the Nolan film, particularly Dark Knight, which
like
I know
a Zack Snyder
yeah,
version.
Zack Snyder, Nolan kind of film.
A Christopher
Because
Nolan film.
that's what we wanted.
Well,
It was
keep
a
in
Zack
mind,
Snyder
right.
version.
Keep in
Of
mind,
anything.
Nolan was an executive producer of some such on all of the Snyder stuff for
Yeah.
DC. So,
Well, I will say, Zack Snyder's Sucker Punch is terrific.
I actually saw Man of
It's a-
Steel was on
it
like
is a
TNT.
very good movie.
Man
It's
of Steel was
not.
on TNT or something. I'm
Yeah.
like, you know what? That movie is not as bad as people.
Yeah, but it's not good.
I'd probably put it second to Wonder Woman. I actually like Man
But
of
there's
Steel.
nothing else to
Wow.
compare it against. It's Wonder
Well,
Woman
every-
and then everything else.
Yeah, that is
Yeah.
true.
Yeah. Yeah. So my anticipation score, a flat 0.
Is it a 0?
I
So
have-
you're not going to see Batman?
I have no
Sorry,
interest
the
in seeing
Batman?
that. I will see the Batman only if you make me see it for the show.
Okay.
Otherwise, I will not go see it. I don't see the need for it.
You could not see it and guess the entire movie, probably. Actually, that'd be kind of funny if you don't see it and then you see it, and then see how much you can guess of
Well,
what
there we
happens.
go. It'll be the Did This Happen in Gotham or
Yeah.
the Batman quiz.
It's not bad.
I'll have to see how stupid the Batman is.
The Batman looks really dumb.
If it's really dumb, then we will do.
So you will go see it.
Well, I think it might be coming out on HBO Max.
Okay.
So
I mean, a lot of things on HBO Max doesn't mean you have to see them.
Yeah, but I'm paying for HBO Max. I might as well watch it anyway. Plus, I've watched most of the Titans, which Jesus Christ is that bad.
Yeah, I love the Titans from my childhood.
Oh God, don't watch it.
I've not watched a film.
Oh, I watched the first half of season 3, and I haven't been able to go back to it because I'm like, this is awful.
Yeah,
like it is awful.
Yeah. Well, I hate to hear it. So we still have 4 more movies, and we have like 15 minutes.
All right, let's boom through them.
So let's boom through them. Is boom through them?
Yep.
Okay.
Sure.
Next is Dune.
Yes.
What's my anticipation score?
2.
0. Because you don't care about Dune at all.
I should though, right? Like that's the first.
Well,
did you see the old Dune?
See, that's the thing.
Like I was a nerd. I read a lot of science fiction. I should really care about Dune, and I just don't.
Yeah, but that's the problem because I would say the exact same thing. And this is a movie that's trying to make me care about Dune.
Yeah.
And I fundamentally don't care about Dune.
But it has all the stars: Zendaya, Oscar Isaac, Jason Momoa, Josh Brolin.
At this point,
Timothy
Jason Momoa is just going to Jason Momoa over the whole thing.
That might be the best part of the trailer. Is the joke about
Zendaya is the best part of the trailer because she's actually doing a decent job. I think everyone else seems to be very much going through the motions.
I'm not going to touch that one. So,
No.
yeah.
I also don't really buy Timothy Chalamet as the big action hero.
No,
dude.
it's a stretch. It's a stretch.
Like, yeah.
This is one that I think I have more trailer fatigue for than anything else.
Yeah.
Like
they've been pushing it very hard.
and
they
it's
have
just
been,
like,
and I don't. For some
shows
reason,
up
for me,
everywhere.
Dune seems to be like this white whale that
everybody wants to make.
That everyone wants to make, and I'm like, why? Like, it's not. It doesn't need to be made. I mean, number one, you're not going to like it because it's the same director that did Blade Runner 2049, and you can't. It's going to be the same kind of. I fear it's going to be a very kind of bloated, ponderous, kind of slow moving.
The worst sound work I've ever heard on a film was
type
Blade
of thing.
Runner 2020.
So I'm not. I mean, like they're really banking on people having some kind of nostalgia for this from the book or the 80s film or the miniseries. I read the book too. I didn't really care for the book. I didn't find the book that exciting.
Right. Yeah.
And the film was kind of good. Like it's bad in a lot of ways, but like it's one of those sort of like kind of classic like cult film classics.
Yeah. But yeah, it's I'm not again, this is going to be on HBO Max. I may watch it, but like I don't have much of a.
Well, for me it was a 5.
Really?
Okay.
Yeah, like I would go see it. Like on a Saturday morning, Vicky says, "Let's go see a movie." There's nothing else out at the Cineplex. I'd go see it, but I wouldn't go see it with enthusiasm.
Yeah.
What's the one time? I feel like that's going to be another one that's going to.
Batman. Vicky says, "Let's go see a movie," and it's only the Batman. We're not going. So how about Matrix Resurrections? To continue with theme.
Yeah.
Anticipation score? I think you guys are tied. In your anticipation.
Did you watch all 3 of the other Matrix films back in the day?
Can't tell you before you give me an anticipation score.
I'll say 5.
I'll go 4.
5 and 4. Confession time. Here's what I got. Hamilton reference. No? Okay. I haven't seen any of the Matrix films.
Really?
Then it's going to be a 1 or a 0.
It's clearly like
the first one's really good. Though it might be a product of its time.
I love all 3.
That and The Godfather.
Oh, please. 2 and 3 are a bloated mess.
Well, Bobby has been
2 and 3 are definitely the kind of films that like they weren't planning to make. I agree.
Yes, and they're bloated
messes. But they're still
messes.
fun to watch.
No, they're not.
Bobby tells me that the movie was made as a trans allegory.
That's what I've heard.
I mean,
and I want to watch it for that reason, but I haven't seen any of them. Well, and it's like having never seen The Godfather. There's certain things I should have seen.
Yeah, I've never seen The Godfather.
That I haven't. The special effects look good.
Yeah, but I think it's going to be like Bill and Ted Excellent Adventure. Like it's this thing made so...
I don't feel like it's going to be Bill and Ted at all.
I mean, in terms of like how good it's going to be. Like I think it's a thing made so long after the other ones. It's just latching onto the nostalgia.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. I don't know who is clamoring for another Matrix movie.
Who's clamoring for another Batman movie?
Well, that was
or another Dune movie.
Like,
it might be that Hollywood is bankrupt.
Yeah, I got to say that as I was kind of going through these films, I found myself getting more and more like, what's the point of this film?
Yeah,
I would love
I'm like basically they're all ones that seem to be based in some kind of nostalgia that Hollywood is assuming we have. And I don't know that we have that nostalgia for some of these things.
Maybe it's like a circumstance of trying to play it safe in an uncertain market. I don't know.
Could be.
If they keep cranking out stuff like this, we're going to have to retire Trailer Park.
Oh, yeah.
So,
or crazy idea. Yeah. We may have to diversify what we talk about on the show.
Don't ever say that again.
As somebody who's been saying that for like 3 years, yes.
I don't think
More
you've been saying that for 3
D&D.
years. Okay, yeah.
Definitely not my point. I think if I were a Matrix guy, I would either be a 0 or a 10 on this.
Yeah.
You'd either be like really excited about it,
I'm a Matrix guy, and I'm
really
a 0.
trepidatious.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, you're what?
Trepidatious.
Trepidatious is the word you're looking for.
Trepidatious, tomato, potato.
Yeah. Yeah, they're two different things.
So I split the difference. I gave it a 5.
Woohoo!
I have no idea how to feel about this movie. Hey, Patrick's up 2-1.
Woohoo!
And there's 2 more. There's still time for Rich to make a comeback.
To be fair, I didn't know we were competing until just now.
Yeah.
That's the best kind
I
of
didn't know there was.
competition.
I'm just more excited about getting it right than in comparison to Rich.
Ghostbusters Afterlife. Anticipation score.
I don't even know what it's about. I didn't see this one.
It's about the Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters.
And Afterlife.
But is it the continuation of the previous Ghostbuster film?
Oh, you mean with all the women?
Yeah.
Oh, no, they're gone.
Yeah, no, it's set in
They're
the
long
continuity
gone.
of the original ones.
People really do not like women. And they don't like women in that role.
Yeah.
Like both, I think, are true.
Yeah.
I feel bad for the last one.
I do too.
I thought it really got
It was a
unfair
perfectly fine
shake
film.
by a bunch of misogynistic,
Yeah, there was a
canon-driven
yeah,
men
it was a perfectly fine
who are
film.
probably white.
Yeah.
I'm just going to guess. So,
So it's supposed to.
Ghostbusters Afterlife.
I'd say a 5 again.
5. It's Ghostbusters.
Again,
know.
like the Matrix.
But
it's
it's
made
Afterlife.
like so long after the other ones. It's
Yeah.
like,
I'm going to go 4 just because I feel like it's 5, but I feel that maybe having the Stranger Things kid in there is going to knock it down a peg.
That is a great call. Because
come
having the
on.
Stranger Things kid in there just makes my blood boil.
I will
Which
say-
I shouldn't dislike him.
Yeah.
But it's the same character. And as far as I can tell, Ghostbusters Afterlife is Stranger Things.
It feels very Stranger Things.
I got confused in my old age watching them. I literally forgot which trailer I was in sometimes.
I will say that the McKenna Grace that plays Phoebe could not look more like a young Egon if they tried.
Yes. Okay. Yes.
I'm like,
agreed.
they nailed that casting and makeup and everything. I'm like, yeah, they nailed that.
Yeah.
But yeah, she does. I don't know if it was Stranger Things, but she did remind me of stuff I'd seen before in terms of the character.
Just with Finn Wolfhard. Is that really his name?
Wolfhard, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, the Wolf Hearts.
Like,
Wolfhard!
Whoever sat down to make his stage name,
Oh, I'm sure that's his real
trying
name.
way too hard.
It took much longer than
Really,
it should
that
have.
kid should have a last name like Chalamet.
At least that feels authentic.
Because I feel like if you had Timothy Chalamet and Finn Wolfhard in like an arm wrestle, oh, that's the remake of Roadhouse right there with the arm wrestling scene.
Over the top, right?
It would be,
Isn't that the-
or over the top, yeah.
Yeah.
It would be a tie.
Yeah. Just a lot of whimpering.
So, yeah, I mean, yeah, again, same thing. I'm like, this seems to be treading on nostalgia for nostalgia's sake in terms of.
Do you have that for Ghostbusters?
Not for Ghost.
Oh,
I will,
I
and
know
I
there's a
know.
bunch of people,
Oh
though, who-
shoot! You know what? I should have given it another point down
I don't. What's that?
because of the cute Stay Puft Marshmallow Tiny Men. Damn it! I forgot about that. You're gonna hate that because they were adorable.
And you want to know what my notes are? I bet that Patrick is really excited about the much too cute.
You want to know? We know what my notes are.
What's that?
1, baby stuffed Stay Puft Marshmallow Men are adorable, and thus 2, Alan will hate them.
So I guess it's fair to say we know each other.
A little bit.
I said all you need with that scene with the tiny little Stay Puft Men is a little Hall of Notes in the background, and it's like the perfect Patrick Hamilton scene.
Yeah, it's like, oh, it's little tiny Stay Puft Marshmallow Man.
Yeah.
And then I'm just watching this like, yeah, Alan's going to hate that part of it.
I'm not.
However, you know what I
yes.
do like the film?
Yeah.
The idea of a cosmic evil lurking under middle America.
It's a little on the nose.
I mean, it's Oklahoma. The only thing, because it's set in Oklahoma, apparently. I really wanted it to be Ohio.
Yeah, but Ohio's not Oklahoma.
But it's Oklahoma.
Ohio's pretty sophisticated. Although lately tipping the wrong way.
Yeah.
I don't know what's happened.
So,
to
but
the
yeah,
Buckeye
it's
State since I
the
left.
idea. But I don't know if they're going to do anything with that idea, or if it's just we're set. I also want to know, how did all of the Ghostbuster stuff get from New York to Oklahoma?
Yeah. Are you excited about somebody picking up the phone in New York at the end of the trailer?
No.
Yeah. Okay. Anticipation score? 4.
Woohoo! All right. Am I up 3-1 now?
You are,
Yeah.
but West Side Story is for all the points. It's like,
Oh, that doesn't seem fair. Seems
Well, you
completely
didn't care
unfair.
about winning 10 minutes ago,
That's true.
right?
That's true. I don't care about winning.
So what is my anticipation score for West Side Story? The Spielberg remake of the classic, what is it, a 50s musical?
50s or 60s?
Feels like a 50s.
I don't even know. It could be. It seems like a bad idea, just in general, of like remaking things.
We've really, well, I can't say that. We've really dumped upon.
Yeah, I was saying we've really pooped upon it.
Yeah, we pooped upon.
Yeah, I mean, again, this is a film that I'm very much like, apparently Spielberg loves this film and has wanted to make it a long time. And I'm like, great.
Well, we currently live in a huge musical.
We do, but I mean, I don't
right now.
know.
Wicked is coming. Dear Evan Hansen is out. Hamilton's
Yeah, I just don't know what. This doesn't seem like a.
See, but Wicked at least is still
I don't know that
popular,
this movie is adding anything.
It's a classic musical. Most of what we're seeing on the big screen right now are kind of contemporary
It
musicals.
is, but I'm a little bit concerned because there's that scene in the trailer where you have the white gang that like jumps on top of the cars and they're like, all our stuff is being taken away by these Latinos. I'm like, yeah, that doesn't play the same way in 2021 that it did in 67 or whatever.
So what's my anticipation score then?
It's
what
hard,
is it?
It's hard to say.
Why is that?
Well, because I think you're the one that made us put this film on the trailer park.
I'm trying to bring some diversity to the show.
If
you programmed the show, it would be Hawkeye, superhero, Hawkeye.
It's not true.
And then we'd go home.
That's not
I'm
true.
trying to bring a little
That's a nice short show.
It's not true.
highbrow culture.
I would have brought in Stranger Things.
The kind of thing.
Why?
Hawkeye, Stranger Thing.
to
Miscellaneous superheroes. Hawkeye reprise.
Close it out with some Hawkeye.
So anyway, what's the anticipation score, Rich? It's for all the marbles. What is it?
An 8.
An 8.
I'm gonna go 7.
7. You both think I'm going to like it? I
think you want to like it.
I'm looking forward to
Yeah.
this one.
Yeah.
I actually am. I didn't hate it as much as I thought I would. To BH.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be terrible. But
2BH?
It's my new phrase. Remember I did it last week?
No, I don't.
I said, "Can you say 2BH?" And you both were like, "No, you can't. It's TBH."
It's TBH, yeah.
Which stands for what?
To be honest.
2BH.
Yeah, no.
No, 2BH means to be honest.
Yeah.
How are you saying it? Are you saying it TOBEH or 2 capital BH?
Well, the number 2.
It's the number 2.
That's what I meant. Is it the number 2
BH,
capital B
yeah.
and H?
Yeah.
You're too old to say things like that.
2BH.
Yes, you are. We are
2BH
all
or
too
not
old to say things
2BH.
like that.
And yet somehow
That is the question.
And yet somehow I'm saying it.
You're
Maybe
saying
I'm
it.
not as old as you think I am.
Stop trying to make fetch happen.
I see what you're trying to do.
I just made a reference.
2BH.
Did you understand that reference?
Yes, I did. You reference that one a lot.
I do. You try to make fetch happen a lot.
Here's I'm kind of intrigued. I feel like this is a show for Erica Funke eventually.
Yes.
Because it really wants to address ethnic tensions.
It
really wants to talk about race in American society.
And do you know how it is?
Will it be interesting and insightful, or will it be a disaster? I don't know, but I want to find out.
Here's one of the big changes.
Yeah.
They've added one black character to make the cast more representative.
That makes me feel like I want to see it because it's going to be a disaster.
Yeah, I feel like it's got a lot of the same drawbacks potentially as In the Heights, except made by a bunch of white dudes.
Yeah. Fair.
So even worse.
But here's my point about it. If it's really bad, it's going to make for a great podcast.
I don't think it's going to be really bad. Spielberg generally makes, at worst, competent films.
And if it's really good, it'll make for a good podcast. Either way, we're winning with West Side Story.
I'm
calling it
That's assuming I go see it. There's a lot of stuff coming out.
A lot of bad stuff.
Yeah, all of the stuff you said you weren't going to see.
I didn't say I wasn't going to see
Dear
any
Evan
of them.
Hansen. We could talk about mental health. There's a whole host of things we never talk about that we could.
Yeah, but I'm very.
If you don't care about mental health, then we don't have to.
Just don't see the Batman.
Yeah, because that's the connection. If I don't see Dear Evan Hansen, I don't care about mental health.
Well, you're saying it, not me.
That was what you just implied.
I don't think so.
That is absolutely what you implied.
So my anticipation score, because you want to know,
I guess
it's an 8.
Oh,
and it's not because he wanted me to win over you.
No, look, it's an 8.
He says
it's right there on the paper. You can come check it out.
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to it.
Are you?
Yes.
I'm not.
Man.
I just feel like
You just want the movie musical to really happen.
Well, here's the thing. I do.
Yep.
But more importantly than that, I just feel like it's a movie that's right up our alley.
It is up our alley.
It's race, ethnicity, American identity in pop culture in a musical. It's like it's got Hamilton and Austin written all over it.
It could use a soupçon more of superheroes in it.
Oh my god!
Could they mash up like West Side Story with West Coast Avengers, like West Side Avengers? Sounds awesome. You know who'd be on that team? White Tiger.
Yeah. Oh. Okay. Yeah. No. I'd rather not there be. I'd rather there not be superheroes.
Yeah.
In this, just a story about human beings. But yeah, that's me.
Yeah.
I'm clearly
so what you're saying is
with the
superheroes are not human beings.
I feel like you're going to throw me off the show. I feel like we've come to a divide.
Yeah, it's fine.
So next week maybe Dear Evan Hansen.
I don't know if I can get to it this week. It's a busy week.
It's not going to be in the theaters for long.
I know. I'll try.
You'll thank me for it.
I'm not sure I will.
When they sing Requiem, do you know the show?
I don't know the show at all.
Never mind then.
I assume you've seen the show actually on Broadway.
I have not.
Oh, okay.
No.
Wait a minute. I thought you had.
No. Hope saw it with Vicky.
Oh, okay.
But I have not seen it.
Okay. But I'm sure you've heard the soundtrack a lot.
I know some of it.
Okay.
And obviously
Hope
Hope
talking so much
had
about
to
it,
learn to sing parts of it.
Yeah.
And the part she learned is just like such a beautiful song. But it's interesting in part because of the changes they made. Like Vicky was talking to me about the differences between the musical and the movie. That would also, I think, be really worth talking about.
Well, in the musical, it's a teenager, and in the movie, it's like a 30-year-old,
42-year-old man
playing the teenager role that he played.
Like
See, I can tell you want to talk about this because you're the 40-something that just said fetch. So you are kind of like the Ben Platt of Dear Evan Hansen of podcasting.
You know what? I will accept that. I'm not sure I can. I'm not sure I can argue with that position. I think. I mean, again, I mainly know Ben Platt from the Pitch Perfect movies.
Yeah.
And I feel there's a decent amount of overlap between me and his character in those films.
You should watch the, what was the Netflix show he made? The Politician?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think
the second season wasn't so good, but the first season was a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah.
A lot of fun. We could do a Ben Platt trilogy.
We could serve it up on a Ben platter.
We could.
We'd be filled with Ben platitudes.
Man, you're on a roll.
Yes.
Yeah.
The mascot for the show would be a Ben Platypus.
Oh, man, if we could have a Ben Platypus. Rich, could you get a
Ben
platypus costume
and
wear it next week when we do
could
Dear
hang
Evan
out.
Hansen? Yeah. He might be better than humanity.
No, there's nothing better than humanity.
That's probably true.
Humanity was inspired.
I still think we should do that.
I think we should too.
Just a mascot for the humanities. Mm-hmm. We call him Hugh.
Get the Michelle's intern at work on designing us.
Yeah. We just get a 3D printer. You could pop that thing out quick.
Or get Rachel's Service by Design. We need a logo
and a costume
that involves a manatee named Hugh.
We should send that to her. Yeah. But I'm telling you, we should do Dear Evan Hansen. It would be a good show. It would be a good show, and there was floor corn aplenty when Vicky and I were there. We sent you pictures.
But you're
floor
again.
Corn all over the place.
But again, the important thing about floor corn
as far as
is that I know how long it's been on the floor. Like that floor corn you gave the picture of it, I have no idea how long it's been there.
We could not identify how long it was there.
Soaking in the juices of the floor.
Yeah, I thought that's what you liked about floor corn was the
no. You got to get
the soupçon of gritty realism.
No, you got to pick it up before it's on the ground too long. Otherwise, it's disgusting.
No, it's disgusting no matter when you pick it up.
Like, otherwise, it's disgusting.
You don't understand the nuances of floor corn.
There's a chance that is true. Yeah, can't argue. But I feel like we've drifted.
Possibly.
And so now it's time to back her into the garage and call it a day. Beep, beep. Beep, beep. Beep, beep. Beep, beep.